Hi guys, so yesterday on the 20th of March, I volunteered with the Museum of Happiness on International Day of Happiness. The one thing that I want to mention about this experience was that I was truly humbled by the great things that people were doing out of nothing but kindness and a desire to spread happiness. So, for example, someone decided to live off his van to travel to places and spark public actions that would create a smile on someone's face. And I was given lunch by the Karma Kitchen, which is an international movement now where you get a bill of zero at the end of your meal because someone gifted to you that meal and you had the choice to just take it or pay forward by buying someone else a meal with your contribution. And that was a really lovely experience. And the interesting thing is, towards the end of the day, we participated in an activity where we marched in the street to give out flowers, offered little stickers of smiles, and we said, take a smile. And we offered free hugs for people because those were the things that would make everyone happy. And it was interesting to see the cynicism in the public. A lot of people, typically kept their heads down and said no. I can understand if you say no to a hug from a stranger, but to say no when someone asks, would you like to take a smile? It's to me very strange. Anyway, so we had a discussion about what happiness meant at the end of the evening. And there was one thing that came to my mind from things that were being said, that that's a distinction between happiness as a state and happiness as a disposition. I shared this with the group yesterday, and I really want to share it with you too. So we all know happiness as a state, right? It's a feeling. You can get it from having a good piece of cake, buying a new dress, or having a holiday, anything like that. The feeling of happiness can be really fleeting. And then someone mentioned the fact that you can always tell if someone is a happy person, it's just in their face. And then that led me to think that, yeah, happiness as a disposition, it's actually a long-term thing. And this is something that you cultivate. So happiness is not a pursuit of an end goal. Then once you get there, you're always there. Happiness really exists in the moments. It's the build up of moments of happiness that in the end create this disposition. And the pursuit of happiness is self-defeating, as a lot of you may already know, because that desire, that longing to go for something is a very cause of misery in a lot of people's life. So to cultivate happiness is really about living each moment with a balance of purpose and pleasure, as Paul Dolan wrote in his book, Happiness Design. I can't remember the title exactly. But yeah, it's a function of living in the moment with the things that give you pleasure and also having long-term purpose. So I think it's really important for people to be aware that if they want happiness in a moment, that's very easy. A lot of things can bring happiness in the moment, but happiness as a disposition is something that has to be cultivated and is something that runs deeper than a fleeting feeling. We talked about giving, we talked about gratitude, and many other things that are components of this long-term happiness. But I think to be aware that there's a distinction is a start, because I always find it quite difficult when people ask me, "Are you happy?" Because I'd say, "Okay, are you talking about this moment, or are you talking about me in general over days, weeks, or months?" Um, and that awareness in that moment of being asked, I think, is crucial to the decisions that you make in your life, moment to moment, as well as long term.